So Heather,
Yes.
what do you think is the most important thing about creating conversations and community with other women and men?
I think it's really important to be, authentic and real, which is something that I think that you and I do.
Right.
And I think part of the experience is sharing our own stories, but also, being willing to receive others. And I think that really we want to create a community. We would love that. We would love for people to share their stories with us.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think that there's so much social media, so much impersonal communication, whether it be texting or emails, Instagram, which is fun, but the real conversation, the real heart of it gets missed when there's no real dialogue with each other.
Yeah.
And vulnerability and just the ability to express and be supported. In a way that the support is almost a little bit artificial.
Okay.
Because it's not like these people are really, first of all, I think conversation is just critical. What's going on in our lives in so many different aspects. I mean, there are like 100 different subjects we could be talking about. So I think Gutsy Conversations Over 50 will really hopefully bring to our community the ability to have real connection and a platform to express what we're going through. I mean, I know that when you have AA groups or Al-Anon groups or grievance groups, there's a bonding there that allows people to connect and also work through what they're going through without that feeling of being alone.
Yeah, I think what we're doing is that we're sharing our side of the story right now. And yet we're saying that we're open to, hearing others. But I think that's the first step, is that we share our story. But eventually, Susan, we want to have interactive communities, not just we share our story and you listen.
Right.
It's more like, what do you want to talk about? Let's all get on a call together. Let's all go physically to some place, right? We'll do it virtually.
Right.
We want to create the connection because it's like, if not, we're all just sitting there by ourselves in front of our phone,
right?
And
looking for likes, and
looking right,
or affirmation. I don't really mean likes, but looking for affirmation and maybe some feedback.
Yeah.
But I think if we're talking and can have really learn from each other's experience, if you get an inkling or just some wisdom from someone else, the lives that they're living could be so different. But the thing is, we all go through various experiences that are pretty similar.
Yeah.
It's just how we, perceive it and handle it.
It's how we navigated it. And I think that's why we're being vulnerable, sharing our stories,
right.
Some of which will be heard on the podcast, some of it which will be in videos, and it's a collection of our stories and how we navigated it.
Right.
But doesn't mean that our way is the right way.
No, of course
our
not.
way works for us, and we would like to hear how you navigate it, right? We want to support you if you're going through it.
Right.
Right? If you're at that juncture where your parents are aging and you don't know what to do, like how to move them out of their house, if you're going through retirement, or if your spouse just passed away and you don't know what to do, we want to be there to support the next leg of your journey. Because each step of our journey is just a leg of the journey,
Right.
And it's not over. Not over till it's over.
Well, we're living it now.
Yeah.
We want to live in the present with each other. And we're not invisible. We don't want to be invisible or by ourselves. We want to know that doesn't have to be best friends or, ladies we're going to see all the time, men we're going to see all the time. But we want to build conversation. Conversation is like listening to each other and I think it's just really powerful. So I'm happy we're doing that together.
Yeah, and conversation that's in a safe place, right?
Right.
I mean, we definitely, we actually have a Facebook community right now, and it's safe, right? It's like, if you're going to share something, we don't need people judging and yelling and trying to say somebody's right or wrong.
No way.
That's not what we're about, right? When we have our communities that are live or, like webinars where it will be, confidential, right?
Totally. Yeah. I've been in circles before.
It has to be a safe circle. Yeah,
I've been in circles before. So fantastic, so amazing. And reality is, once you leave that circle, you don't divulge or make reference to that person at all.
Yeah.
It's, it's all sacred space.
It's all sacred.
So I'm excited about doing it with you.
And it's interesting because we had this vision like a year ago. And I actually specifically remember we were walking down the street and like you said to me.
We like this bush right on.
No, but you remember you said something like, you said, oh, Heather, we're going to have a podcast. We're going to have communities. We're going to do this. And I remember just being like, I don't know how we're going to do that, But every day we've spoken since, every day we've made little steps towards that. And so here we're now saying this out loud. We want to share our stories with our community. We want to develop a community online, offline, and then we don't know where we're going, right? But we know it's going somewhere, right? And
I think it really, it puts energy into our lives and a purpose, really,
a total purpose,
a connection, and feeling like you're part of something. So let's keep growing, baby.
Let's do it, babe.
Love you.
Love you too.